going to do your tarot reading so you can flesh out the story, and of course a relationship reading. If you'd like a personal or private reading from me, you can contact me via my website. That link will be in the description box once the video is finished processing. I do an amazing soulmate reading. Okay, and yes, in case I didn't say so, I'm Jackie, for those of you that don't know. Right, Aries, let's have a look if there is something you should know about the theme of your month for February 2021. The oracle cards will tell us the central theme to your story for February. And you have power. So either you have power or someone else has it. Let's get another one and have a look. Artwork on these cards is just extraordinary. Right, and you have perfection, power and perfection. Right, most of the time I would say that Aries intrinsically have power. They are the trailblazers of the zodiac, and with that is just an inborn power. They're born with a power. And perfection, that's interesting. So you are aiming for something this month of February, and you have a very specific idea of what it is. You have a very specific idea of how you want this to manifest, okay? And not only that, but you have the power to do so. So whatever it is, and it's going to be different for each of you. Your life stories are all different. You may have similar elements, but the life story itself will be different. So there's something you really have set your eyes on, and your heart possibly. And you have a very specific idea of what it is and how you want it to manifest. But the best part is you have the power to actually let it manifest, to make it happen, okay? So those are two very good cards. So let's flesh out your story a bit with the tarot cards. Let's see what they can bring into your story for February of 2021. Okay. That is Aries, February 2021. Your first tarot card up is the Six of Fire. Look at that. This, interestingly enough, I think came up also for one of the other star signs. I can't remember which one now. So what this is saying is, oh, Gemini. I think it came up for Gemini as well. You will be rewarded this month. You will have gifts bestowed upon you. You will have acknowledgements bestowed upon you, okay? You are someone who is a little bit in the spotlight this month, or February. Okay, we're talking about February. Because I don't know, you've reached that point in your life. Maybe the power is showing in you. Maybe you've done something which manifests and it impresses people, so they bring you rewards for it. But you're quite the favorite in February if you have a look at that cat. Okay, look how it's sitting there and everyone else is bringing it gifts and it looks so proud. And so I'd say proud is the main word. Okay, I'm just wondering, sorry guys, I'm sitting half under my desk here, and we've had the most incredible amount of rain lately. And because I live in the bushveld in South Africa, the bugs, the animals, the creatures, and because of all this in rain, we are having way more bugs than usual. And I could have sworn I felt something touch my foot. Okay, well, we'll just have to carry on with the reading and hope it wasn't anything serious. Okay, I won't tell you what I have found in the desk drawers here before. Okay, so next card up is Two of Earth. So this is balancing work and play. This is balancing ambition with rest. This is just bringing balance into your life. So even though you have your eye have a very clear idea of what it is that you want in the month of February, you also know how to balance that in your life. You are not obsessed with the goal. It's interesting, I think these two cards came up for another star sign as well. So I think we're very goal-driven at the moment. We're getting very, very clear ideas of what we want. But by the same token, one is not so obsessed by it that you can't see the trees for the woods, okay? Or the woods for the trees, which way around? Okay, right now the mind is on many things. So this is a case of you are actually managing to balance your life. Despite having this goal and having a very set idea of how you want this goal to manifest, there is balance in your life. You're also enjoying life. You're also being creative. You're also having a social life. You know, you're not like just focused on what is going on with that goal of yours. If I look distracted, I am a little bit. I think there's a thunderstorm moving in. There's a huge cloud. Like I said, we've been having incredible amount of rain. So all of a sudden the birds and everything are very busy, obviously wanting to getting a last little bit of eating and what else not before the thunderstorm strikes. I must also finish up before the thunderstorm strikes. Okay. So the C, Tom says, that's the balancing side. You can just chill as well. You know what? It makes me think maybe all these cards, and I think that's the message that I'm getting, that you've probably done the work already. You've done the blood, sweat, and tears. And February, it's kind of now it manifests. Okay, that's when the power comes, when the manifestation happens. And so now you get your recognition, your rewards, the manifestation. You have this balance in life, and you can chill. February, you're definitely going to get the opportunity to chill. Now, that is the C Tom, and C cards is water cards, which is your feeling. So you feel like you definitely can relax in February. You have achieved something. Aries has definitely achieved something. Okay, and your next card up is the Chariot. So the Chariot is about a journey. The Chariot is about harnessing two opposing energies and bringing them in and setting it on your goal. So that's possibly what you did. You harnessed mind and soul, which are often at odds with each other. I think that's our human experiment, if you want to call it, is getting our minds and our hearts and our souls to align. Not easy. But the Chariot card says you did. And now you have direction. And for some of you, this could literally mean a trip. I hear some of you will be moving to work somewhere different, totally different, possibly even a different country. There's definitely going to be some of you who have that opportunity. Or you will be working with people, but I hear move. It's moving. Some of you or somebody is moving to another country to work. But you set this in motion. You know this is coming. Okay, and February is the month where it starts happening for you. Right, and your final card is the Seven of Sea. You might feel a little bit at sea because of that. This cat sees all those bubbles and is not quite sure which one to grasp. So after you've had your relaxing time, and like I say, most of you will be picking up some kind of job, goal, aspiration, life path. You'll be picking it up. It will be picking up traction, okay, and it'll be setting off. So you're having to harness everything to set off in that direction. So you may feel a little bit at sea after that, okay, like, oh, where do I start? What's my first step? So the end of February could have you feeling a little bit like that. But in general, you have such positive cards that I don't think this is a biggie. It's just a case of deciding which foot to put forward first, where to do the first thing. And I'm going to pick up one more card for you, the Four of Earth. You are laying the foundations of what is coming next in the material world. So don't stress too much about what must I do first, what things must I do, what must I get ticked off my list. This is just the start of what is coming next. So you are now starting building the foundation. So don't rush and trying to get everything done all at once. It will take its time. You are building a secure foundation. If you see this catch, you see what all it's got stored in its little gazebo there. Loads of things. So what it is saying is, even though you are building the foundations of this new life of yours, you have lots to back you up. Your experience, your intuition, maybe even material things, but you have plenty to back you up. So even though this may be the start of a new journey for you, you have plenty to back you up. It's not a completely new start. It's the next level up start, okay? It's very, very nice reading, Aries, and congrats to those of you, I think it's nearly all of you, if not all of you, that have definitely achieved something by February. Something is going to be kind of an accolade for you. Right, now let's have a look at your relationships. We're going to read for those of you that are in relationships as well as those of you that are looking for relationships. The relationship energy in general. First card up is honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Here again comes a card that says you are going somewhere foreign, somewhere different, somewhere that is not in your normal, on your normal track. I know for a lot of us that is not easy at the moment, maybe not even possible. But here's the card that says there's something that is not your normal everyday, that's something that is different, that is foreign, that is coming into your life, and is happening in your relationships as well. So you may get the opportunity, maybe even just to go to a restaurant that is Italian, or if you're from Europe, an American restaurant, or whatever the case may be. But there's something that's not in your normal everyday life. And if you are in a relationship, you might get the opportunity to go to this place. If you're not in a relationship, the odds are it's a foreigner, someone that is not from your neighborhood, your country even. I hear that for quite a few of you. that you will be meeting up with in the month of February. And it is Valentine's month, isn't it? So that's a good one. Keep an open mind is the next card. Okay, so this person has a different culture to you. It could be a vastly different culture. Or, look, I'm from South Africa, and a lot of you that watch are from America and Europe. And I mean, we have totally different cultures, don't we? So that's what I mean. It could be very different culture. Your culture and my culture, because we are raised in totally different places and we have different jokes and different history, we have very different cultures. So this is saying keep an open mind about this person. They are very different to you, okay? And if you're in an existing relationship, keep an open mind about going, say, to a different restaurant if it's possible for you, or a different setting or something like that, because it's going to do something for your relationship. You're going to see something in your partner that you have not seen before. The same kind of theme applies to those of you looking for relationships. Keep an open mind to this foreigner, because they're going to show you something about themselves that you may not even have in the past been willing to accept. It's just different. It's not as good or bad. It's just different. This is reconciliation. So if you're in an existing relationship, definitely keep an open mind, because if you've had a bit of a rift on some subject, you're about to have a reconciliation with it, providing you keep an open mind. It's going to be happening in a different setting, not in the home setting. That's not surprising. It is often very difficult to change a situation or to shift it in exactly the same setting. But if you get into a different setting, you often gain a different perspective. And that helps with keeping an open mind. If you meet somebody, if you are set to meet someone in February and it looks pretty promising, if that's what you want, this is someone that was a past life relationship or a past relationship. Hang, that keeps coming up for me lately too. Never mind. Now I'm getting distracted. Okay, so you could have a reconciliation with someone from your past or a past life even. That card can mean both. But this is someone you've got history with. You've got shared history with them, okay? And the final card is, codependency. Okay, I'm not going to make that the final card. I never finish up on cards like that. I think actually what this card is mainly about is when the codependency card comes up, that person pushes your buttons. Whether you're in an existing relationship or a new person, they push a button. What is the button? A fear of rejection. Okay, rejection can be disappointment, disillusionment. It comes in different guises, but it's fear and rejection. Watch for that. Maybe this foreigner makes you feel something that you think, they're going to reject me, and then you react in a certain way. That's a codependent thing, okay? So you try to make them like you, or you try to manipulate a situation. That's normally codependency. Instead of taking a step back, all of us, myself included, definitely, we all do it. We're human after all, aren't we? The reason this card comes up, it says to you, there's the promise here of seeing a side of your partner or a prospective partner that you may not see if you keep an open mind and you don't have a knee-jerk reaction to something they say or do. Keep an open mind to it, because that's just a codependent thing. It's an old button from donkeys years ago that's getting pushed. Don't let it be pushed. Or if it gets pushed, sit back and say, wait a moment, let me keep an open mind. Let me see where this is going, okay? And then you could have a reconciliation with an existing partner. You get retreat as that final card, because I just said I'm going to choose one more. So you can either then, you see, you get the honeymoon and the retreat. So you're definitely going to get an opportunity to spend time with an existing partner away from the everyday fraying and normal things. And this new person, if that's what you want, is coming in a different environment than usual. You've got to keep an open mind about them. Don't let that button be pushed, that fear button. And you might actually get to spend some quality time with this person out of your normal, I want to call it rut, because that is the word that I'm hearing, okay? And this could be a soulmate, because it says soulmate on that card over there. So just keep that open mind. Don't let the buttons be pushed. If they're from a different culture to yours, they have different habits. Just don't let that codependency thing, that I'm going to be rejected, this person is not going to fill that gap in my life. You know, we have those things that are old and probably redundant by this stage in our lives, but we all have them, like I say, even myself. Okay, so that is your reading for the month of February. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for liking, subscribing. I really appreciate it. And I'll just repeat, if you want a reading from me, and I do an amazing soulmate reading, that link will be in the description box below just now. Sending you hugs and blessings for the month of February, and I hope that if you do celebrate Valentine's Day, it's the best one ever. We'll chat soon.